Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some kind of bad news, and I always hate when I have to start off a video with that, especially because if you guys saw yesterday, we actually saw like two really good news articles when it comes to stock and actually Sony making stock, etc. If you guys want to check them out, you guys can. But we actually had some really good news, and I even jinxed it yesterday where I basically said, well, watch me go and upload a video tomorrow with a really bad video title with basically talking about all these restocks and everything. And of course, that is what happened. Now, this is not intentional, of course. I didn't want to go and like be that bearer of bad news, but I was actually looking into this a little bit more myself, and I was trying to go and find some good information when it comes to the actual semiconductor shortage going on. And we actually have some very, very bad news when it comes to the PlayStation 5 restocks, Xbox restocks, etc. And I hate that we have to report on this. One of these days, I just want to have a video where I'm like, Sony made 500 million consoles and everyone's getting one for free. But sadly, I guess that's not how the world works. So we have a few little things to go talk about throughout this video. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and let's go dive on in. If any of you guys are brand new as well, we're very close to the 40,000 sub marks. If you guys want to go and subscribe, you guys are very much welcome to. Would love to have you guys on the channel. We do a lot of Sony news, game news, restock news for right now. Also, we are giving away a PS5, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Those are the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc and digital. If you guys want to go check on Amazon, we have the Twitter and Twitch stream link down below if you guys want to follow, especially follow up the Twitter. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money, and Coinbase. If you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. So as I mentioned, this can be kind of bad when it comes to the actual PS5 restocking news. So we have two things. I think the more important stuff's in maybe 2 or 3 minutes from here. I'll make sure to have a timestamp for it. But to kind of introduce all this stuff, we have this article mixed down in over here. This is from maybe around 3 weeks ago. We have new stuff we'll tie in for a second. I just need to have this to kind of set the base. So basically, Foxconn chairman says he expects limited impact from chip shortages on clients. Which overall, you'd be kind of like, okay, that's good. I'm sure you guys, if you guys watch my channel, you guys have heard a lot about the semiconductor issue, where basically these semiconductor little pieces are in almost every bit of technology, consoles, iPhones, computers, cars, whatever. So we saw this a few weeks back, and we're like, okay, cool. Like basically the chairman of Apple Inc. supplier Foxconn said, on Saturday, he expects his company and its clients will face only limited impact from a chip shortage that has rattled the global automotive and semiconductor industries. So this is like, a few weeks back, maybe a few months back. It's up in February. So we're seeing the stuff. The guy's like, yeah, don't worry. We mostly work with big businesses, no biggies. We also have precautionary planning. We don't got to worry about it. The impact is there, but it's kind of limited. Don't stress it. We expect the company to do well in the first half of 2021. Basically, the pandemic's not that big of a deal, but we're sorting through it. We have stock. No biggies, no biggies, no biggies. The research firm Apple predicts will face a minimal impact due to its large size and the supplier's tendency to prioritize it. Apple is Foxconn's largest customer. So basically, we're kind of seeing some kind of good news where they're like, yeah, it shouldn't be the biggest deal. Maybe we'll kind of go sort through it. People are overblowing it. We don't got to worry about it, whatever. So this was in February. So, a few months back. This is kind of why we have that topsy-turvy. We now have an update from Foxconn itself, from Foxconn chairman, which you guys can even read the headline. PS5 and Xbox Series X component shortages to last until mid-2020 or later. Oh, God. Dude, yesterday we were in such a good vibe. Yesterday was such a good day. We were like, hey, there's big stock coming, which is still true, so you guys don't have to be too worried or discouraged. There's still going to be a lot of restocks going on. Sony's still making these. We're still making the semiconductors. It's just it's such a cramped shortage because everyone needs it. That's kind of the major issue here. So don't be too worried. We keep on seeing stock. It's okay. They're going to keep on making more, etc. But just seeing this headline, especially after hearing this in the first thing, we're like, hey, it's no biggies. It hurts. It hurts. Let's go dive into this one. As I mentioned, all these semiconductor pieces go into the PS5 and Xboxes. So if there's a shortage in there, there's a shortage in actual productivity on it, it kind of stinks, But anyway, Foxconn's chairman recently said that chip shortages could remain an issue until mid-2022, which will likely affect the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S shipments as well. The chairman of the leading electronics manufacturer, Foxconn, recently told investors that chip shortages could last until the second quarter of 2022. So basically at least a whole nother year of this, which in all honesty is actually not that bad. I mean, it's bad in the general sense, but I mean, only a year. If we can kind of get everything all kind of put together again, I can respect it. I can respect it. As long as we can kind of keep on slowly finding solutions and kind of getting out of the pandemic, I'm cool with that. If so, this will likely affect the production of the already hard to find PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X and S consoles. Component shortages for the latest consoles have rested at the forefront of their limited stock since launch. I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed to my channel that we do a lot of the restock news. You guys are probably seeing this and agreeing on this. They've been so hard to find, and no one has been able to offer a concrete answer as to when exactly the situation will improve. Now, to kind of give it on the opposite twist on this, that also means it's a good thing that there is a chance it could actually be improved even faster, especially because we all collectively, as like a global economy, know this is a big issue, and a lot of places are trying to either go and fix it, make more actual factories, or kind of go with that. So while it is kind of bad news, I think most of us kind of understand that it's bad news. We are at least trying to go and fix it. And I keep on always wanting to remind people, basically Sony and Microsoft are still making consoles. So while it's bad news and they might either cost slightly more money to go and make, or it might take a little bit longer to make, or they just have less supply they can go and pump out every month, they are still making them. They're still shipping them everywhere. So it's not the world's worst news. Like, we're still getting the stock. We're still seeing the stock. They're still making the stock. So it's not end all be all. We're still going to have like the Amazon restocks, Walmart restocks, whatever it is. So at least we can be on the lookout for all of that, just so you guys all know. And also, to kind of finish up the article on this, I have a lot I want to discuss on this. In January, the CEO of processing chip manufacturer AMD estimated the tightness of supplies could persist well into this year. We covered that when it first came on out. Microsoft's head of investor relations, Mike Spencer, later said Xbox Series X and S might remain supply constrained throughout the month of June, which we're actually, funny enough, we're slowly getting there. Like, we're already in April. Like, that's only a few more months away. So we'll kind of see, I guess, how stock kind of goes from there. However, recent revelations from tech companies suggest PlayStation and Xbox fans shouldn't get their hopes up just yet. The often secretive Samsung, for instance, has admitted that it may delay the previously scheduled August release of its new Galaxy Note. We've touched on that in previous videos, due to a shortage on semiconductors, which, once again, if we're seeing all these major big companies essentially delaying out their big flagship releases, or things like Apple that actually maybe bumping up their price too as well, is not good. And also, to kind of chime on too as well, I saw like the Foxconn thing was basically saying, hey, Apple's all chilling. Once again, they do note that. And while it seemed for a while that giants like Apple may be spared, new information indicates every major tech company will take a hit this year, Sony and Microsoft included. So we have a lot to kind of dissect into this video itself. So number one, so basically we're kind of actually seeing even more and more bad news when it comes to the actual shortage components of this, which is not fun. We basically want to have our best to go and actually get as many consoles as we can, as fast as we can, and produce them as best as we can, because we would just want to go and sell consoles. We want to go get consoles. All of us watching this are probably trying their best to get their restocks as well. So it kind of stinks that we're seeing some pretty big CEOs and major figureheads of companies saying, yeah, this next year, we don't know. This next maybe 2 years could even be rougher. And also with things like AMD, who physically make the actual consoles themselves, still having issues is not a fun side in the slightest. Like, it's just not fun to see. So I'm going to kind of hope for a few different things. Number one is that they keep on producing up and try to bump up production, maybe even spend a little bit extra money to keep on making as much as they can, because they are selling the consoles at a loss. So sometimes they can't really go and like bribe people to get more money or get more semiconductors. Or two, hopefully more actual plants can actually start getting into development, being made. I think there actually may be a few that were on the way or in process. We also do know that Biden themselves are trying to go best to go actually make more consoles and fund like $50 billion into the actual like industry itself. So we do at least see some nice mid-term actual, updates, which is nice. We want that. We want to actually have people getting their consoles. We want people making the consoles. We want Sony like making money off the consoles and selling more games. And like, we just want to be able to play the games. Is how I am. I want you guys to get your consoles. So it's kind of weird news all around, mainly because whenever we kind of see bad news from these big companies, like it's just not good. I think we could all agree, it's just not good news to go and see. So hopefully in the near future, we can kind of keep on figuring out these issues. And I always do go and say, as more and more people get their consoles and Sony keeps on making more, that means that there's less competition on every one of these restock drops. And that means that there's less people trying to go on the website at the same time, more stock available, less scalpers wanting to go get the stock as well. So as time goes on, it's going to keep on getting better and better and better. And thankfully, as of now, we still don't have any major PS5 exclusives we have to worry about. We have a few coming up in maybe like 2 months or so. So you guys don't have to worry too much. You guys can still keep on holding out a little bit longer. No big deal. But it is always kind of lame news to go and see that we're still having such major issues with the semiconductors going on. So it does kind of stink. It makes me kind of sad. But ideally, at least we know what's going on. And ideally, people like Sony and Microsoft are trying their best to make as much as they can to fix all the issues. As also I mentioned before, we did also have a lot of people go and say like the UK and India are all going to have really big restocks. So hopefully it'll either come to America or in the next 1 or 2 weeks, and we'll actually have some really big restocks mixed on in as well. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys are new, or subscribe with the notifications on for the giveaway. Leave a like if you guys made this far. Any ads you guys saw go towards my mom, so thank you guys for watching them. We also have the Amazon links down below with the disc and digitals. We have the Twitch stream down below. And we also have the Twitter link down below. Definitely go follow up the Twitter. We also do have the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money, and Coinbase. If you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys up later on throughout today for some more actually good videos.